Mom,
Oh, what's wrong?
I think I'm going to have overtime today. Just in case, I came out after I already prepared dinner. Could you heat up something in the fridge and eat it? Sorry.
Are you working overtime again? You're so busy.
It always happens like this at the end of the month. I feel sorry for you and Bob.
That's really true.
What?
I don't know if it's overtime or a business trip, but I can't stand having to meal prep all the time. All my friends are eating freshly homemade meals.
Yes, I feel sorry.
If you feel so bad for me and him, why don't you quit your job? If you keep your job, I won't be able to hold my grandchildren forever.
I'm very sorry about that, but I can't quit my job.
Why not?
Because if I quit my job, we won't be able to make a living.
Huh?
I can't think about taking care of my child when life is so hard.
What? Are you saying that we can't live on what Bob earns?
Yes.
That can't be true, right? A serious man like that works from morning till late at night. He earns much more than you do. What do you mean we can't make a living?
The cost of living for 3 adults is more than you can imagine. It's impossible with only his income. And your allowance needs to be provided for as well.
That's very rude of you. Isn't that because you don't manage your household finances properly? You're wasting money just because you don't want to quit your job.
That's not true. I don't have so much time for shopping and not so much time for hanging out. I never waste my money.
You're always so stubborn. How can you be a wife if you won't admit your faults and blame your husband?
I'm not being stubborn. I'm just telling the truth.
You have a comeback for everything. He must be in a tough spot getting a wife like this.
You always seem to find yourself there, huh?
Huh?
No, it's nothing. Anyway, I think I'll be home late today. Please eat dinner first. Thank you.
Are you working overtime today?
I think I'll be able to go home on time today because I managed to get it done in one day yesterday.
I don't mind you working overtime at all. I heard you said terrible things to Mom.
What?
She said you told her that she should be thankful you made dinner for her. It's thanks to you that we're able to live here. You even said bad things about how little money I make. Why do you say terrible things to her?
Huh? It seems like our talk is being told differently. We talked about the same thing, but I never said that.
So you're saying my mom lied to me? That can't be true.
I'm not saying your mom is lying, but I think it's wrong to blame me. She's saying as if I'm a total jerk.
You're right, but I trust Mom.
Why am I the bad girl here? You didn't defend me.
There's no way I would defend you. I would be mad at you if you said terribly to my mom.
I told you I didn't say that.
Huh? She said to me you won't admit you're wrong.
What?
There's no way my mom would lie in the first place. Enough is enough.
You don't believe me. That's enough.
You are going back to your parents' home tomorrow, right?
Mom. Yes, I was going to check again tonight. My sister just gave birth to a baby, and I haven't even congratulated her yet. She's just coming back to her parents' home, so I'm going home too.
Your sister gave birth to a baby, right? I'm so jealous. You have been married for 20 years, so you should be able to have a few children.
Officially, it's been 19 years.
It doesn't matter. I should have grandchildren too. Work, work, work. Some people work like idiots. I can't see my grandchildren at all.
Oh.
Why don't you ask your sister for the secret to having a baby?
It's not that I don't want to have a baby. It's just that I'm not sure I want to have a baby, considering all the circumstances.
Are you also saying that it's because his income is low? You are so quick to blame others.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. Is that all you wanted to talk about?
Oh, I almost forgot. Did you mention that you would be going back home for 3 days?
Yes, I did. Actually, I wanted to stay a little longer, but I just couldn't take a holiday.
Well, if you quit your job, you could go back to your parents' home. You're so stubborn.
So you were just checking my schedule, right?
Yes?
Do you have any plans?
Nothing. You must be under a lot of stress. It would be nice to relax at your parents' home once in a while.
I'm not stressed at work.
What? So you're saying you have stress at home? You are rude.
Well, I'm going back to work. I'll let you know later.
Did you make it home safe?
Sorry, I didn't get a chance to call you. I just arrived at my parents' home. I'm just talking to my family while watching the baby. It's just so much fun.
I'm glad you're having fun. I'm glad you arrived safely. Will you stay there for 3 days?
Yeah. Your mom asked me the same thing. I guess you guys had something planned?
No, that's not what I meant.
Perhaps you are being cautious because I mentioned returning to my parents' home.
No, really, I was just asking. Don't worry about me. We will be spending the day as usual.
I have stored some cold food in the freezer. I have prepared curry for you all in the fridge for tonight, so heat it up and eat it.
Okay, well, have a good time with your family.
Thank you. Bob, I just got back. What does this mean? The house is locked and I can't open it. It seems my key doesn't fit.
Oh, did you get home? I had the vendor finish some construction, so I had the locks changed to new ones.
How come?
Did you check the mailbox?
Not yet.
Make sure you check it.
What's this?
It's a divorce paper.
I know. I'm asking, why is this in the mailbox?
You know what it means, don't you? It means, get out of my house.
Today is our wedding anniversary. Our 20th anniversary, right?
Was it so? I guess it was. It's strange that I kicked you out of the house on our 20th wedding anniversary. Me and Mom talked it over.
What did you discuss?
You make fun of the amount of money I make. You don't want to have kids. I don't want a wife who works too much and doesn't do enough to take care of the house.
Well, so you're agreeing to kick me out of the house and get a divorce? Does your mom agree with you?
Why not?
Okay, I want to make sure before getting divorced. If we get divorced, you guys will lose my income, okay?
I know that much.
Can you guys live with that?
I don't need you to tell me that. Mom told me that she had saved enough money. She also mentioned that she will pay for her own living expenses, so it won't be a problem.
Do you have any money? I've never heard that before.
I guess she thought you'd take money. Well, you should be worrying about yourself instead of worrying about us. I can't believe you had to get kicked out of your own house just when you got home. Well, you'll just have to make the best of your life. Just submit the divorce paper.
What a terrible person you are. He kicked me out of the house. This is fine, right?
Oh my God, he has already kicked you out of the house? It's my son and his decision. I'm sorry.
I already checked with him. So, life will be fine without me, right?
You don't need to worry about anything. You're going to say that his income is low anyway, huh? I've told you many times. He earns enough to live on. You are rude to no end.
Well, if you say it's okay, I won't say anything.
Besides, from now on, as a father, I'm sure he will work even harder.
Father, what are you talking about?
He made my dream come true.
What?
His next wife is pregnant.
Huh? His next wife?
Because you won't give me a grandchild anytime soon.
I see. In that case, I'm even more worried.
Huh?
He just changed jobs. He's still in training. He only earns $1,200.
What are you talking about? He has been promoted to department head and earns more than $5,000.
Did he say that? Wow. Apparently, he's lying. You should check the bank account with your own eyes. Because what I'm saying is not a lie.
Huh?
He can't have patience. When he gets tired of it, he quits and looks for a new job. When he finds a new job, he hates it again and quits. I can't tell him how many times he has done that. How can he become a department head if he keeps doing that?
Huh?
The only reason we have been able to make a living is because I have been working. That's why I couldn't quit my job. I didn't like working overtime or going on business trips, but I had to make a living.
That's a lie. If he couldn't make a living, he wouldn't have divorced you. And moreover, a child?
Well, but I heard that you are saving money. I'm sure you'll manage somehow.
What? Saving?
That's what he said. You have savings. You are supposed to pay for your own living expenses, so he won't have to worry about money.
Oh.
I had no idea you had that kind of savings. If only I had done so earlier. I could have thought about having a baby. I'm so sorry.
Emily?
Sorry, I need to go.
Hey, where are you? Hey, if you're there, pick up the phone.
Excuse me?
You don't have anywhere to go when I kick you out, do you? I have good news for you.
Huh?
You can come home.
What do you mean?
I just feel bad that you got kicked out on our anniversary. As long as you give me the money, I'll let you live here a little longer.
What are you talking about? Did you bother to call me to say that?
It's important to you since you've got nowhere to go. If I continue to work as usual and pay for my living expenses, I can let you live in my house. Isn't that a good deal?
No, I'll live in Japan. Don't worry about me.
What? Japan? Why?
I was talking with my sister and her husband back at my parents' home. My sister's husband is going on an overseas assignment. They were talking about how they were looking for local employees. They happened to be in the same line of work as me. I asked him if I could work there.
What?
Because I have experience and a long track record, he accepted me. At first, he was going to move to Japan by himself. But my sister and their children decided to move with me to Japan if I would go there. I got divorced just in time.
No way. Then where are the divorce papers?
Yesterday, I submitted my resignation to the company. I also submitted the divorce papers on the same day. I'm going to prepare for moving and have some meetings at work. I'm going to use my paid leave. My sister's husband is a hard worker, so I have to be serious.
Oh no.
What's wrong?
It's just, Mom didn't have any savings.
I know, I told you. Every day when I went to work, she'd sneak out of the house. I thought it was strange that she went to the casinos. She was probably saving up for the slot, right?
That seems so. It's true that she had a lot of money saved up, but she spent it all into gambling. We can't live like this.
So what?
That's why I want you back. I want you to work like you've always done and make money to live on.
But I heard you got promoted to department head and you're making over $5,000. You can live well enough without me.
Oh no, Emily, you know the truth. You can't live on my income. So please reconsider the divorce and moving to Japan.
Impossible. I've already made up my mind. And I can't live with a man who makes his wife pay for our living expenses and then cheated on me.
Huh? How did you know?
Did you think I didn't know anything? I know everything because we have been living together for 20 years.
Oh my God. Do you know everything?
Of course. I was just gathering evidence. Lucky for me, your mom also clearly proved it to me by her texts.
Mom?
I've got enough evidence so that I will charge you with alimony.
Alimony?
Why not? You've been having an affair, and now you're having a baby. I'll never forgive you.
Hold on.
I'm so occupied with what I'm going to do. I'm asking my lawyer to take care of everything else. You'll have to talk to my lawyer from now on.
Emily, are you really going to Japan?
Yes, I am, but it's none of your business.
Can you please come back to our home?
What? We are already divorced. It's strange if I go back.
I'm in debt. I've been getting into a casino that
Yes, I knew that. When I returned home after forgetting something, I found you going out. I followed you for a bit. You rushed into a casino parlor.
What? Did you know about this?
This was the reason why you were asking for money. Makes sense.
That's all right. I got into it so much that I even borrowed money. I want you to come back because I have to pay the money back. Will you keep paying my living expenses as before?
What? You're crazy. Why would I give my money to a complete stranger?
Just enter the family register with him again. Then, we will be a wife and mother-in-law just like before. I'm sure he would wish for that too.
That's enough. What do you guys think I am? I will not become your convenient woman. Not only that, I won't return home, but I'll demand alimony from your son and the person with whom he had cheated.
Alimony? You mean that we will have to pay more?
That's right.
It's impossible. His income is low and I have no savings. How do I pay for it?
You will have to pay it somehow. For example, you could work too.
What? That's impossible. I haven't worked for years.
But if you don't have money, what can you do? You are still healthy enough to work. You can work part-time even if you can't get a full-time job.
I don't think so. It's someone else's problem.
But is there any other way to pay?
Nope.
Then you'll have to work.
I can't, because I have my grandchildren to take care of.
Huh? You didn't ask him?
What?
He told me the woman with whom he was having an affair wasn't pregnant.
Huh? What do you mean?
He was blabbering on about how rich he was and how he had a high income. So it seems she came to him for his money. She lied about being pregnant so she wouldn't lose him.
Is that true?
Yes, I heard it from him, so I'm sure of it.
Well, then why did he kick you out of the house?
I have no idea.
I'm sorry, Emily. I'm so sorry. Please come back. Please come back and help us. I'll do anything for you.
You'll really do anything for me?
Really?
Then please don't contact me ever again. I'll block all your contacts. If you ever approach me, I will report you to the police as a suspicious person without hesitation.
Why do you say such terrible things?
You don't understand, huh? For 20 years, I've been told terrible things from you. I want to forget about you guys for the rest of my life. Please do not contact me at all. Goodbye.
Emily!
After that, in a month, I was trained hard by my sister's husband before I went to Japan. My sister seems to be relieved that I am here, but I am full of anxiety about whether my job will go well or not. Still, I have no other stress at all, so I will be able to concentrate on work for a while. My ex-husband and his lover have successfully paid me alimony. After paying the alimony, she left my ex-husband easily, saying it was a terrible miscalculation. My ex-husband was stunned by the unimaginable amount of his mom's debts, and he began to work some side jobs in a panic. After being scolded by my ex-husband, his mom decided to work. She has a hard time remembering things due to her age, and her workmates are giving her the cold shoulder. My mother-in-law, who used to be so arrogant, is now working desperately for a living. I wish she could feel the pain I went through alone. From now on, I will be encouraged by my lovely niece. I hope to learn many things in Japan. Sis, can you talk to me right now? I got a call that you were seriously injured and hospitalized. Are you okay? Bethany, thanks for contacting me. I can't call you because I'm in the hospital room, but we can text each other. I was so surprised to hear about your accident. I was surprised too. Maybe I'm the most surprised here. So, how are you feeling? I'm fine, but I broke my leg, or more precisely, the bone near my femur. I'm going to be in the hospital for a while. Even if I get out of the hospital, I'll have to move from one hospital to another for rehabilitation. It's going to be a long time. I see. How's the pain? It's just after the accident, so I'm still in a lot of pain. But I'm in the hospital, so I can tell the nurses to help me get rid of the pain. Just listening to what you told me, it sounds like it hurts so much. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Yeah, thanks. I'll let you know if I need your help. Judas, are you busy?
I just entered my lunch break.
I see. Anyway, could you bring me a change of clothes? I've been wearing the same clothes for so long, so I need to change.
I'm going on a business trip tomorrow.
Really? Seems that you're busy. Don't you have time tonight? You can just use the courier to deliver it to me.
Don't be reckless. I need to wake up early in the morning tomorrow.
I know, but I want to see you.
You're not a child. Don't be selfish. I can't let myself spoil you all the time.
I'm sorry for troubling you. The pain has subsided a bit, and I wanted to see you. Also, I really need a change of clothes.
Why don't you just buy some? Don't just call me every time you want something.
What? Are you mad at me?
I'm sorry. I've been so busy that I just got irritated.
Sorry for that.
I'm also annoyed when you apologize in such a deliberate manner.
Then what should I do? I'm still a wounded person, so please give me a little more help.
Except for emergency call, I want you to stay quiet and recuperate.
Isn't that too cold? I didn't get hurt because I wanted to. You should be a little more concerned about me.
It's not that I'm not worried.
Judas, you were so nice to me before. Lately, you've been kind of distant. Even before the accident, I was worried about you. What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm just busy with work.
I know that your work has gotten busier. You've been working more overtime hours than before. I always felt lonely whenever I cooked dinner and waited for you alone.
Can you stop talking about that now? It has nothing to do with your injury or hospitalization, right?
Yes, but you always contacted me before. Now you don't even bother to call me when you work overtime anymore.
Now that we've been married for quite a while and I'm the breadwinner, we can't stay like newlyweds forever. You should understand that much.
You never used to get mad at me for this.
You're so persistent.
Sorry.
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
What?
I'm going on an overseas trip next week.
What? At a time like this?
What do you mean? I'm going to work and living my life as usual.
Yes, but I've been in an accident and I'm in the hospital. Don't you have any concern for me?
I do worry about you, but my co-workers invited me on a golf trip. I'm kind of living a single life now, so I said yes with a light heart.
I can't believe you just did that. I'm about to go through a whole lot of rehab from now on.
Then let me ask you, what do you want me to do? I can't help your injury. I also can't do the rehabilitation on your behalf.
I know, but I'm mentally damaged too. I just want you to be close to me.
You're being very childish, Rosie. I don't know how I can cope with you from now on.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, I'm very busy at work, so you're on your own. We've got a great concession stand now. If you need something, you should buy it yourself.
If you insist so much, I won't ask you anymore.
It's so annoying when you twist things like that.
Just forget it. Bethany, can I have a word? Sis, what's wrong? I was wondering if you could bring me a change of clothes. If I'm available, I'll do so. Really? Thanks. I'm going to run out of spare clothes today, so I need you to bring them by tomorrow. Tomorrow? Actually, I'm going on an overseas business trip tomorrow. What? You're going abroad on a business trip? Yes, I've been promoted. I see. I'll ask Mom to do it for me then. I'm sorry. Never mind. It can't be helped since you're working too. I wish my husband could be a little more helpful. Are you talking about Judas? What happened? Yes, he's busy with work, so he wants me to buy everything I don't have enough of. But if I had to buy everything, it would be ridiculous financially, wouldn't it? I'll be in the hospital for a long time from now on. I know, but your husband is on a business trip too, right? It's no wonder he couldn't help, even if you told him the day before. What? How did you know about that? What's wrong? Nothing. I'm sorry, I don't seem very helpful either. No problem. By the way, how long are you planning to stay overseas? I'm going to be there for 4 nights and 5 days starting tomorrow. Even though it's for work, it's my first time overseas, so I'm looking forward to it. That's great. Well, good luck with your work. I'm sorry I couldn't bring a change of clothes for you. Don't worry about that. Sis, please, it's urgent. Bethany, is that you? What's wrong? I can't call you since I'm inside the hospital room, sorry. You can just text me. Your husband had an accident abroad. What? I just got a call from the police. It was a terrible accident and he's dying. They want one of his relatives to come. But you're in the hospital, so I'll go on your behalf. What do you mean he's dying? I don't know, so I'll go anyway to check on him. Bethany, wait a minute. Sis? I told you I can't answer your call, didn't I? Sis, you may find this hard to believe. Your husband took his last breath before I arrived. What? You mean he died? Believe it or not, yes, that's right. Is it true? It seems he slipped off a cliff while climbing the mountain. I have the backpack that belonged to him. Huh? How did you know about that before me? What do you mean? Could you please explain to me? I don't understand. I know it's hard to accept the fact that he died. It's so sudden. I haven't been able to think straight since yesterday. Anyway, I have a huge concern about that. What is it? I'm his wife, so I wonder why no one has contacted me to let me know about what happened to him. Don't you think that police usually call the spouse in this kind of circumstances? I don't know why that is. Isn't it because you're in the hospital? Besides, it's such a big case, and yet I haven't heard anything from his parents either. If their son died, they should have contacted me immediately, right? Something doesn't seem right. You're right. Anyway, sis, shouldn't you take care of his insurance and other formalities as soon as possible? Anyway, which police department contacted you? What was the name of the officer in charge? I can't remember. My mind is so blank. I was desperate too. I'm more concerned about the procedure. By the way, Judas said he was going on a golf trip with his colleagues. Why did he climb the mountain when he said that he was going on a golf trip? And it's funny that he even had a backpack. He doesn't bring a backpack to golf trips. Are you sure about that? And why are you here? I thought you told me that you went on a business trip overseas for 4 nights and 5 days. It was a mistake my company made. They didn't have everything ready for me, so the business trip was postponed. Anyway, that's not the point, sis. Your husband passed away. We have to do all the formalities as soon as possible. I can't believe it, because no one in my family has been notified, and no one has seen his body. Sis, don't you believe me? I want to believe you, but there are too many inconsistencies to make what you told me believable. What are you talking about in an emergency like this? Recently, Judas's attitude toward me has been strangely cold. He suddenly announced that he was going on an overseas trip. The dates are exactly the same as your overseas business trip. Something doesn't add up. Isn't that just your imagination? I don't know. Then maybe I should ask someone at the company. About what? Judas said he was going on an overseas trip with his colleagues from work. I wonder if anyone else is taking a vacation on the same dates. We need to check with those people about Judas too, right? I'll look into that. You're in the hospital, so it's hard for you to call and find out, isn't it? Bethany, you're lying, aren't you? Why? You're jumping to conclusions. Besides, I didn't miss anything you told me. What are you talking about? When I told you that Judas wasn't being helpful, you knew that he went on a business trip, right? I don't remember anything about that. And you also knew that Judas and I had exchanged messages the day before. That's impossible, isn't it? Only Judas and I could have known about it. I wonder... I realized that something's wrong at that time. What? Bethany, you're having an affair with Judas, aren't you? That's not true. Sis, at a time like this, there's no way I'm having an affair with your husband. Really? Then can I report this to our parents and Judas's parents? I mean, I have to report it anyway. Well...
Hey, Rosie, you're such a nasty woman. How dare you deceive Bethany?
Bethany, how dare you have an affair with my own sister behind my back? I knew it right away. Why don't you come up with a better plan?
It's none of your business.
What do you mean? I'm hurt and I've been through a lot of difficulties. But you were going for an affair trip with my sister. You must be kidding me.
That's because you're not attractive. I'd rather be with Bethany than watching you in the hospital. You need to consider my feelings.
When did you become such a heartless person? It's crazy to think that you were trying to erase yourself from the world.
I don't care about that.
You shouldn't have done that. You faked it because you didn't want to pay alimony since you were having an affair. You thought that if you were gone before the affair was discovered, you wouldn't have to pay alimony. It's really childish of you to think that way.
Shut up. This is what happened because you didn't take care of yourself, right?
Huh?
This happened because you tried to depend on someone else.
I don't understand what you're saying.
I told you to buy it yourself if you need something. And then you tried to get Bethany to bring your clothes for you. You got yourself into this mess.
What a dumbfounded reason. You're so pathetic that I'm about to cry just by hearing you blabbering nonsense. I wonder why did I marry someone like you?
Well, you made your own choices and you deserve what's coming to you. I've always been the way I am. You cried and said you loved me. So I married you out of pity. And you have a good income, so it wasn't that bad. But you got carried away.
That's terrible. Is that why you married me?
That's right. When I heard you are going to be in the hospital for a long time, I thought you'll lose your income, so I have no reason to stay together with you. And now that Bethany is here, I had no choice but to divorce you.
You were thinking about such a terrible thing?
It would be a waste to pay alimony to a woman like you. That's why I thought of a way to avoid paying alimony.
I didn't know you were that much of a scumbag.
You were able to experience the joys of marriage, even though it was only for a little while. Be thankful for that.
Hey, that's rude.
A lame girl like you isn't popular among guys. You should be thanking me for getting married to you.
What kind of scum are you? I'll never forgive you.
I'm going to be together with Bethany. I don't need you to forgive me.
Okay then. As soon as Bethany started nagging me, I contacted an investigation agency and had them gather evidence. Even this communication is one of those evidences.
Investigation agency?
Yes, that's right. I have a picture of you and my sister walking happily, holding hands in the departure lobby of the airport. Thank you for leaving us so much evidence. I'll ask my lawyer to take care of the rest. I don't think I'll have any trouble.
Look, I'll pay you the alimony. In exchange, will you plead out to both parents about what happened with Bethany?
Huh? What do you mean?
Both parents are furious. Even if it's good for me, I feel sorry for Bethany. She said that her parents will cut ties with her.
That's what I heard too.
Then what you have to do is to fix the story for Bethany's sake.
Why?
You're her sister, right? Aren't you supposed to help your sister out when she's having a hard time?
Don't be silly. Who do you think is the victim here? I was seriously injured and spent a long time in the hospital while enduring pain and suffering from the rehabilitation. But you didn't even come to visit me. To top it all off, you were having an affair with my own sister. If my injuries don't heal, I'll sue you for inflicting injury.
Huh? I didn't cause your injuries.
You inflicted emotional distress on me when I was injured. If the injuries don't heal as a result, then you're guilty of inflicting injury, right? And of course, I'll get compensation for that.
What a nasty woman. You're ripping me off.
That's quite the thing to say. I'd be depressed too if you said that much. Well, I'll never forgive you and Bethany for sure.
What?
How could I possibly forgive you after being told that much? Luckily, I'm really glad that my in-laws are sensible people. They seem to be taking this matter very seriously.
They won't even talk to me. What did they say?
They say they'll pay the alimony in a lump sum and make sure you won't run away. Your parents said that they're going to make you work and pay for the money they have paid on your behalf.
Oh no.
I've given my parents-in-law the contact information for the lawyer. I'm sure they're working things out with both sides. Don't underestimate me that I'm not capable of doing anything just because I'm in the hospital. Besides, I heard you're building a house right now.
How do you know that?
I told you. I had the investigation agency check it out. You probably started the construction because you were hoping for the insurance money. Are you stupid? There's no way that such an obvious cover-up story would work. There's no way you'll get the insurance money.
That's a lie. Then where are we going to live?
I'm getting divorced, so I don't care about that. Why don't you talk to Bethany instead? You were supposed to live together with her, right?
There's no way I can talk to Bethany about that. She's much younger than me.
I see. Seems that you are too proud to do that.
I've had enough. But if you're getting a divorce, there's the division of property.
Huh? Stop talking nonsense. The savings I have now are what I saved when I was single. What you saved before marriage is not included in the property division.
You started saving after we were married, remember?
I did save money, but you spent it all on such things as golf, cars, business suits, and so on.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. It's obvious if you see the savings account in your shopping history.
So what am I supposed to do?
I don't know. I said I'm divorcing you, so just be prepared for that. You can handle the rest on your own. You're the one who did this to yourself.
No way. Then let me tell you. Building that house was also Bethany's wish. She said she'd make the down payment with me, so I stepped in. In the end, I found out that she didn't have a penny saved up. That's one of the reasons we planned this.
I knew it. That girl has zero financial sense since she was a little girl.
Really?
She spent everything she had and borrowed money from my parents many times. I wonder if her personality will ever change. I hope she didn't borrow money elsewhere after our parents got mad at her.
You're kidding, right? What are we supposed to do?
I don't know. Why don't you discuss with Bethany?
Don't be so cold. You're my wife and her sister, right? You could at least help us out a little.
I can't believe how brazen you are. When I was in the hospital with an injury and feeling sad, you didn't even show me any kindness. On top of that, you were having an affair with my own sister. I'm not going to do anything to help both of you. Let's talk about the rest through a lawyer. Tell that to Bethany too.
Please, don't do this to me.
Well then, take care. Thanks to the lawyer's help, the divorce was successfully finalized. I got both Judas and Bethany to pay me alimony for the affair. There was plenty of evidence of the affair, such as pictures and talk history, so they had no choice but to admit to the affair. However, I was just a little bit merciful that I didn't bring up the cover-up story. Bethany, who had run out of money, cried and asked our parents for help. Naturally, she was turned away at the door. It was her own fault, so she deserves that. Of course, the house that they had almost built together was also destroyed. With nowhere to live, they were forced to rent a shabby apartment near my parents-in-law's house to make ends meet. They're currently living under the supervision of my parents-in-law. Bethany could not stand such a life and decided to leave the apartment. Neither my parents nor I know what happened to them after that. I'm now living at home with my parents supporting me. After a long period of rehabilitation, I finally feel renewed as I get closer to returning back to work.
Steve, do you have a minute now? Oh, I was just eating my lunch. What's up? Do you mind if I go back to my parents' house this weekend? I'm taking a day on Friday, so I'm thinking of going home from Friday to Sunday. Is that okay? That's fine. If you have 3 days, you can relax a little, right? Yeah, I think so too. I can talk with them a little bit. They are very upset that they couldn't come to see our new house, so I thought I'd at least show them pictures and videos. Good idea. Yeah, we finally got our home. Go visit your parents. Thank you. I already told my parents, so they're looking forward to it. Great. Well, we can take photos of our house today. I'll help you. That'd be great. Hey there, are you at home? Is everything okay? I'm out of town for a bit right now, but everything is fine at home. No problems at all, just the same as usual. Good, good. How did your parents react? Yeah, they're very jealous. They think it's a great house for old people to live in as well. They can't wait to see the actual one. I bet. It's the house you worked so hard to come up with all by yourself. Well, I work for an architectural design firm, so I guess it's only natural. I know everything that relates to building a new house, so I was able to work on it smoothly. Thanks to you, I'm able to live comfortably. But it's not easy, you know. You have to look through a lot of documents and choose what you like, and then replace them into your own home. It's a lot harder than you think. Right, I'm sure it is. I could never do that. My parents were so happy with it too. They were happy? Why? Of course, they'd be happy if my wife built a great house. Oh, your parents are surprisingly good at giving compliments, huh? Right, I was surprised too. I'm sorry I'm away on your day off, but thanks to you, I feel like I was able to do something nice to them. I'm glad to hear that. When you get home, I have a surprise for you. Surprise? What is it? If I told you now, it wouldn't be a surprise. But I'm curious to hear what you have in mind. Nope. I'll keep it a secret until you get home. Well, I'm curious, but anyway, I'm coming home tomorrow. Steve, I just came back home. Where are you? You're back already? That was fast. My parents paid mind to you and told me to go home early, so I'm back. I mean, what's going on? What? Oh, I told you I had a surprise for you. Why are your parents here? I didn't hear about them. If they were to come, you had to tell me. I would have bought them some sweets. I wanted to surprise you. I did get surprised. I feel sorry I can't serve them anything. No need to worry. They're gonna be here for good. What? What do you mean, they'll be here? Mom and Dad really like the house you built, and they say they want to live with us, so I said why not? They'll live together from now on. What? Why are you deciding on your own? You made such an important decision without asking me, and you let them move in while I'm away? I wanted to surprise you. You happy to live with my parents, right? What do you mean I'm happy? Don't decide on your own. I'm sorry, but they have to leave. Why? We have an extra room upstairs, and we have a guest room. There's no problem if they live with us. The room upstairs is for our future child. The guest room is for the guests when they come to our house. Neither of those rooms are for your parents, so they can't live here. Don't be so stingy. Mom and Dad are totally into it. I can't ask them to move back in that shabby house. Shabby house? That's disrespectful to your parents. I'm sure they worked hard to build that house. But they said they have no interest in that shabby house anymore. What? Anyway, I don't have a choice for today, but you'll have to ask them to leave tomorrow. I don't remember hearing that they would be moving in. What? You're really stubborn. You understand? Fine. Hey Steve, I just got home from work. Why are they still here? Didn't you talk to them? I did, but they won't leave the house. But that doesn't mean they can stay with us. You made this problem, so you should do something about it. Well, besides, I was shocked when I saw what was in the fridge. What? There were high-grade steak, pork, and fish. There were also a lot of beer, wine, and sake. They said they bought them for us too. That's great. It means they appreciate you. Hey, do you have any idea how much it costs? Your parents live on a pension, right? I don't think they can afford them. Don't you have any gratitude? Huh? They bought us such luxury food. You need to thank them, right? Are you kidding me? I didn't ask them to do the shopping. I promised you they'd leave by the end of the day. That's too harsh. I mean, you're my wife, so you're supposed to take care of my parents. If something happens, of course I will. But they seem to be doing fine. There's no need to take care of them. Don't say like that. When we got married, we promised not to live together with our parents. Did you forget it? That's true, but things have changed. No choice. What is that? That's so selfish. It's insane for you to let them stay at your house while I'm gone without even telling me. Isn't that too harsh? You don't even do your duty as a wife, and all you do is complain about my parents. You can leave if you don't like it. Huh? Why do I have to leave? Because you don't want my parents to stay with us, right? Then you have no choice but to leave. You and your parents, what kind of mind do you guys have? I don't want to hear you complain anymore. I have to work late. I'll leave the rest to you. Hey! Hey, what the hell are you doing? Mom and Dad are confused. Huh? Why aren't you doing the chores? You only cook your own meal, do your own laundry. What is this? I told you to tell your parents to leave. I didn't allow them to move in with us or anything. Why should I do the housework when they're staying at my house without my permission? I'm not a housekeeper. What's with that tone? You're so rude. Let me tell you something. Your parents, they eat everything in the fridge. They use a lot of detergent. They use a lot of tissues and throw them away. They don't take out the garbage. What the hell are they thinking, playing around every day? What are they up to? You're so cheap. They're old. You should be nice to them. I'm saying, why should I? What? Your parents have their house. I'm telling you to ask them to go home. Why can't you understand? Do you hate my parents that much? You keep picking on old people and never do any housework. Who do you think you are? You're my wife. That's what they say too. You, family, I have no words. I built that house. It's not my in-laws' house, and I don't even remember allowing them to live with us. And they've done whatever they want. I told you, if you don't like it, you can leave. You're going to let them stay no matter what. I'm the eldest son. I'm supposed to live with them. I don't want you, my wife, to tell me what to do. Fine, then I'm divorcing you. What? Are you insane? I am sure. Hey, pick up the phone. What is it? What the hell is going on? What? I told you to leave. I heard you gave them divorce documents and kicked my parents out. I just got a call from them. Why the hell do we have to leave? Why? Because it's my house. Don't be stupid, it's also my house. You're the one who's stupid. You took advantage of the fact that I'm in the architectural work, and you left everything to me. The design, the construction, the financial plan, everything. That's because I trusted you. I trusted you to do it because you're used to it and it's faster. You know what? I own this house. What? I did apply for a loan under your name, but it was denied because of your low income and debts. What? I didn't hear that. It's not like you didn't hear. You didn't listen to me, right? I tried to talk to you about it, but you told me you'll leave everything to me. See? You didn't listen to me. First of all, you didn't come back home much. Oh, but how come it's under your name? Because the loan application was approved. Plus, I paid the half of it with my savings from when I was single. See? So, it's you guys who are leaving. I'm your husband. You can kick my parents out, but you don't have to kick me out, right? No, I'm divorcing you. I've given your parents the papers. So read them through and send it to the lawyer. Wait a minute. I'm sorry I brought my parents here without permission. I'm gonna ask them to go back to that shabby house. That's fine then, right? You're abandoning them. How terrible. Hey, that's what you wanted, right? There's another reason why I decided to divorce you. What is it? You took money out of my bank book without permission, didn't you? No, that wasn't me. Then who? You're the only one who knows where I keep my book. It didn't look like someone hunt out. And you're the only one who knows the password. Maybe I borrowed it once. Now I remember. I was told at work that we were collecting money for the party. I didn't have any money on me at the time, so I borrowed it, I guess. You also gave my money you stole to your parents as allowance, right? You were just trying to look good. I didn't do that. Then what's with their extravagant lifestyle? Not only food, but also casino and horse racing? Betting all day. That's a very unbelievable lifestyle for two people living on pensions. Maybe they were saving for their retirement. If they're enjoying, then that's fine. Not my problem. Then what is this picture? What's that? It's a picture of you and your parents enjoying a horse race. When was this taken? My colleague who attended the wedding remembered your face. He texted me to tell me he found a man looking similar to you. What? The picture shows you giving money to them. Isn't this the best proof? Your paycheck must be full of debt. There's no way you could afford a horse race. If you're still going to lie, I'm gonna talk to the lawyer. Well, the pictures at the racetrack are the best proof, so you'll never win. You'd go that far. Absolutely. I worked my ass off to build this new house, but you let your parents live together without permission and living as freely as they want? And then you ask me to leave if I don't like this fact? Give me a break. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Then what was your plan? My parents didn't have enough money to live on, so they wanted to live with us. We built a new house, so they pleaded, and I wanted to afford them. I don't understand why you can afford them. I'll ask them to go back home, so please forgive me. I'll put your life back in order. I mean, they can't go back to their home, right? What? You think I don't know anything? I work in the architectural work. I can find out what's going on at a house in no time. Oh. I thought it was weird that they moved in all of a sudden, so I inspected it. Your parents didn't work, spent their days gambling, and they even got into debt. But they couldn't keep up, so they sold the house. They came to our house because they had nowhere to live, huh? You knew all that? It's not fair. Why did you keep it secret? Of course, I didn't know it in the beginning. You were acting so strangely, so I looked into it. I was shocked too. Sorry. But what shocked me even more was that you were withdrawing my money and giving it to your parents. And moreover, you and your parents betted together and now you guys are in debt? Huh? I didn't mean to. When I came back from my parents' house, you weren't home because you were out gambling. When you had your current debt, you promised me that you would never gamble again, but you betrayed me. I didn't betray you. But you did lie to me, didn't you? I'm sorry. I feel sorry from my bottom of my heart. Nothing will change even if you apologize. Anyway, I want you to leave too, along with your parents. There's no way I can live with people who cheated on your wife. I couldn't help it. If your parents cried on you, you'd do the same thing, wouldn't you? I don't know. I've never experienced before. I wanted to help my parents. But you tried to abandon them earlier. You said you would kick them out and you wanted to stay in the house. I made a slip of the tongue. Whatever. Why did I marry you? I hate myself. After all, you just loved yourself. No, not like... I'm worried about my parents and I'm worried about you. I wonder how selfish you are. There's nothing to be worried about. I built the house I always wanted, and I don't have a mortgage because of my savings. I earn twice as much as you do, so I don't think I'll have any trouble making ends meet. You make that much money? I didn't know. Then help me out. I have to pay off my debts now. I know, you have your parents' debts too, but I'm not going to help you guys, so please get the hell out of my house. Don't be so cold. We're a family, right? Why don't we help each other? I've already decided to divorce you. Nothing will change. Don't forget to send the papers. Oh no, how am I supposed to live? How am I supposed to pay off that debt? I can't do this without you. That's none of my business. You're gonna have to talk to your parents and decide. Please, you have to help us. Nope. Oh yeah, I'm sure you'll hear from my lawyer soon. I'm going to charge you compensation. What? How am I supposed to pay that money? You know my financial situation. You guys tried to take over the house I built. At least I need to do this or I won't be satisfied. I've already told my lawyer everything, so any further discussion will be done through him. Oh my god, my life is over. I guess you have to live a completely different life from now on. Hope you and your family have a good luck. Hey, Zoe, help me. I had a hard time divorcing Steve, whose family is in debt. But thanks to the lawyer, we finally got divorced. Of course, I charged him compensation without mercy. Even after the divorce was finalized, he visited the lawyer's office and asked for a reduction, but the lawyer seemed to have managed it. No matter how much he asks, I will get my compensation paid. I need them to return the money they borrowed from me. Knowing that there was nothing they could do, Steve and his family rented a shabby apartment and live in a small room with 3 of them. Steve goes to work and has a part-time job after work, and his parents also have their own part-time jobs. However, they have to pay the compensation, the debt, and the money he stole from my bank book. So, even though they work hard, their lives are not getting any easier, and whenever they are together, they complain and live together. I am worried about whether they will be able to pay me back, but I am very happy to be rid of such parents and son. I am still working for the same architectural design firm. I am able to give more detailed advice to my clients because I built the house myself, and they are very happy with my advice. Seeing the happy faces of our clients is the best part of my life now.
Hey Jasmine, long time no talk. I need to talk to you right now. Do you have a minute? Sorry, I'm busy now. Can we talk when I get home? No, I have something to tell you right now. Then don't start off by asking me if I have a minute. What is it? Don't be surprised, okay? I might change your life. What? You're going to change my life? What do you mean? It's just not your life. I might change the future of her dad's company too. The future of the company? What? You're not involved in running the company at all. I appreciate your concern for the company's future, but I'm more worried about your future. You should work and earn your own money, you know? No way. I absolutely hate working. Besides, I don't need to work at all. Huh? What do you mean? I'm getting married soon. My husband-to-be makes a lot of money, so I'm going to be a housewife. What? Do you have a boyfriend? Yeah, of course. I'm not like you who devoted so much to your career and neglected self-care. Well, I admit I'm a workaholic, but what do you mean by neglected self-care? You know I have a boyfriend too, right? I know, but being such a workaholic, you might get dumped by him anytime, you know? Oh, I'm sorry. I meant he already dumped you, right? What? No. What are you trying to say? Out of nowhere, you started talking about company and my boyfriend. I really don't get it. Because, you see, instead of me being able to get married, my sister can't get married anymore. What? What are you talking about? In other words, Logan and I are getting married. I just wanted to tell you that. What? Logan? You mean my fiancé? Who else it could be? Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Are you saying that you stole my fiancé? That's right. He's mine now. Actually, we're still together in a hotel right now. What? Right now? Yeah. We've been in a relationship since right after you got engaged to him. It's been about 4 months now, but you never noticed. You are so dull. It's so funny. What? That's how it is, so you better cancel the wedding scheduled in 2 weeks. Logan and I will make a new plan for a wedding that suits us better. If you don't cancel soon, I think you have to pay a cancellation fee. Fine, but first I need to talk to Logan and confirm everything. If this is true, things are not going to end well for you. Remember that. Whatever, you're such a loser, you know. Women who get dumped are so miserable. I will be happy together with Logan, so please move on and leave us alone. Hi, Jasmine. I heard you interrogated Logan as soon as he came home from work. He said you look so scary. Whatever. I look so scary, huh? Well, it's Logan's fault. I mean, probably he was scared because he felt guilty. What? Guilty about what? What is there to feel guilty about? We go to a hotel without hesitation because we love each other. And we openly let you know about our relationship, right? So it's all your misunderstanding. Oh, really? You sound so proud about it. Well, you will regret it soon. What? You'll understand eventually. Logan and I are talking about breaking off the engagement, so do as you please from now on. What? Really? Yay! I didn't know you were a very understanding person. Well, now I can marry him. Just so you know, I'll seek compensation. What? Of course. I'm not just talking about Logan. I will seek compensation from you too. What? Even me? Did you think you could get away with it just because I'm your sister? The world doesn't work that way. You're kidding, right? I'll make it clear now. Even if you try to rely on mom and dad, it's pointless. They're very angry at you for what you did. They made it very clear that they're not going to help you. It seems they regret spoiling you all this time. They think it's their fault that you turned out like this. They were quite shocked. You should be ashamed of yourself. Also, they intend to make you leave home. What? Why? Mom and dad are on my side, aren't they? Of course not. Just so you know, just because you don't have money doesn't mean I go easy on you. You did something very wrong, so you should pay for your sins. You're still young. You can work as much as you want. You should get a job, pay for your own compensation, and atone for your sins. What? I don't have to work. Then how will you pay the compensation? I'll ask you to compensate me a reasonable amount for what you did. Jasmine, I'm scared. See? I managed to pay the damages without working. Too bad. You thought things would go as you wanted, but you were completely wrong. I heard that you made Logan pay all the compensation. And it looks like you moved into his apartment. Oh, you already knew? You still can't get over him that you care about us so much? But sorry, there's no room for you. Because Logan and I are deeply in love. We've started living together. Geez, this is proof that you don't understand your own position. What? Are you saying something? Stop it. You sound so miserable. Honestly, I can't believe this. How selfish can you be? Boasting without knowing anything? How pitiful. What do you mean? You still don't realize you're hitting rock bottom. Are you talking about yourself? You're already 30 years old and you lost your fiancé to me. Oh no, how pitiful. Whatever. I will not tell you anything. Tell me what? From the way you sound, I can guess that you are misunderstanding. But if you ask Logan properly, you'll find out. Don't always try to rely on others. Do something by yourself. Here we go again, a loser trying to act so tough. The point is, you're so bitter that I took Logan away from you, aren't you? Everything you say doesn't make any sense. Too bad you can't marry the future company president. I'll become the president's wife instead of you. So, that was your aim, huh? That's right. I've always wanted to be the president's wife. What's fun about just working all the time? I definitely don't want to live my life like you. When I look at you, I get the feeling that if I work, I'll be a loser. Then the smartest thing you could do would be to become the wife of the next president of the company. I love my job and don't see myself as a loser. Besides, work is not about winning and losing. Anyway, you should have a talk with Logan. I'm sure you'll soon realize that you weren't thinking straight. All right. Say whatever you want, loser. Oh, by the way, we decided to have the wedding in 4 months. Make sure that you attend our wedding, okay? Did you listen to what I just said? Huh? About what? Jesus Christ. Today is finally here, and it's our wedding day. You refused to attend, but mom and dad agreed to come. After all, I'm sure my parents think I'm better than someone who is a workaholic, like you. Don't you think? Seriously? Mom and dad aren't exactly celebrating your marriage. They mentioned they're coming to keep an eye on you. Oh my goodness, are you still feeling bitter? Do you understand your position? Since I'm already confirmed to become the company president's wife, my position is higher than yours. Get it? I think you shouldn't act so high and mighty towards me. So, you haven't talked with Logan, huh? Logan and I understand each other even without words. If you say so. I gave you my advice, so do as you please. I'll do as I please without being told. It's too bad you can't see my beautiful wedding dress. Jasmine, help! What? The wedding is starting now, right? Actually, it's already past the reception time, but more than half of the wedding seats are empty. Everybody canceled last minute. That sucks. I'm sure no one would want to be at a cheater's wedding. I guess they weren't planning on going in the first place. No way. That's not all. When I complained to Dad that everybody is too rude to cancel the wedding of the soon-to-be president, he told me that Logan isn't the next president. What the hell is going on? Now you bring that up? What do you mean? Logan is supposed to inherit Dad's company, right? You didn't ask Logan directly? I told you that you should talk with him. I don't need to talk about it. There are only 2 daughters in our family, so either of us needs to marry or there won't be a future president. You know, I'm the next president. What? You? That's right. Isn't it too old-fashioned to think that a woman can't be president nowadays? It was already decided that I would be the next president. There was no talk of Logan's position changing just because I decided to marry him beforehand. We just had an office romance. What? So, what is Logan's position at the company? Just a regular employee. A regular employee? He used to be the head of the sales department, but I know you made him skip work and go on dates during work hours. Multiple employees witnessed it. And he ended up facing demotion and a salary reduction. What's wrong with going on a date with me? To put it simply, he got punished for skipping work to make out with you. What? Plus, he used the company card to go to a hotel. Actually, he's lucky that he didn't get fired. Well, depending on his actions from now on, it's uncertain what will happen. He could get fired? His salary has definitely decreased, and there's no hope for future promotions. You should know that it's your fault too. No way. You are right. Logan's savings account has a balance of $5. I can't believe it. He can't even buy me a new designer bag. It's not even enough money for lunch. Don't you get it yet? What do you mean? Logan paid his and your compensation. He invited you to his apartment after you were kicked out of parents' house, and you're an unemployed who thinks if you work, you are a loser. And yet, you're not a frugal person and you love to splurge. It's challenging enough to cover the living expenses of one person, let alone 2 people's expenses. You've been begging for clothes and bags, right? Well, yeah. I heard that the expenses are now over 5 times what it used to be. The source of income remains the same, relying solely on Logan. Also, due to demotion and salary reduction, the income has drastically decreased. And then there's the wedding. But it ended up almost half of the guests canceled. Since you started dating Logan for just half a year, you've probably made him spend at least $50,000. Wait, considering the wedding expenses, it might even be $100,000. I might have made him spend, but I always thought that he would be the next president. You'd think the next president would have that much money, you know? You misunderstood on your own, didn't you? And besides, Logan isn't the next president, but he had savings. I've heard before that Logan had savings of around $100,000, so he probably used up most of it. It's a shame to have spent all the money he worked so hard to save because of you. He's such an idiot. No way. This is completely the opposite of what I dreamt of. I've already submitted the marriage registration. What should I do? Don't you get it yet? What? You should work too. What? In a society where basically you need to work to survive, there's something wrong with your mindset. You said you wanted to be happy, right? Then why don't you work and support each other? After all, you two are married. Ugh, why are you saying such things? You're so mean to me. Not long after that, Logan resigned. After all, it must have been hard for him to stay at a company where his ex-fiancée was his sister-in-law and the next president of the company. He decided to return to his hometown with Camilla. I heard that he plans to work in a factory managed by relatives. Although it might be a dull and tough life for Camilla, who loves the city life, having been abandoned by her parents and never having worked, she has no choice but to rely on Logan. However, her mother-in-law, who knew all the drama, proposed 2 conditions. Living together and managing their finances together. Probably they won't have much money to spend freely anymore. Well, it's the countryside, so there might not be many places to spend it anyway. I hope that with the strict guidance of their mother-in-law, as an older sister, that's my wish from afar.
Julia, listen. What is it, Dorothy? I bought it. Bought what? That luxury brand bag. Really? Is it the brand bag that you wanted? Yes, I finally got it. Seriously? I didn't know you had the money to buy that. Well, it's not like that. I couldn't get it right now, so I took out a loan. You took out a loan? But you live on a pension. You were complaining that you can't afford to live by depending on your pension. How are you going to pay the loan then? Julia, you talk like a jerk. You know me better than anyone, don't you? What? I'm the woman who will be the CEO's mother in the future. Huh? Who will be the CEO of which company? It's obvious. Samuel is going to be the next CEO of your father's company, right? Wait a minute. Who said that? No one said it, but of course it's going to happen. How do you know it's going to happen? Because you are the only daughter, right? When your father dies, your husband would normally be the CEO. What do you mean by normal? Besides, my father is still the active CEO. Please don't talk about when he passed away. If you do whatever you want with your selfish ideas, you'll have a hard time later. Huh? Who do you think you're talking so big to? I won't allow you to talk that way toward me. But stop talking back to me. I understand, but we don't know anything about the next CEO yet. Please don't forget that. Samuel, are you busy right now? Not really. What is it? You're doing your job, right? Of course I am. Just because I'm at home doesn't mean I'm slacking off. If that's the case, I just got a text from your mother. She said she took out a loan to buy a luxury brand bag. I see. Seems that you have no concern about that. It's the one Mom always wanted, right? So it's good to hear that she finally got that. It's great that she got the bag she wanted, but the problem is the payment. Your mother is living on a pension, and she was even saying that she doesn't have enough money. How is she going to pay the loan? If Mom says she can afford it, why not? You know what? She said a strange thing, that you will be the next CEO of my father's company. so she'll never have to worry about money anymore.
Really? Mom says it, so it must be true, right?
Huh?
She's always right. I can be the next CEO, so that way I can take care of her.
You got to be kidding me.
What did you say?
Dad is not ready to give up the CEO position just yet. No one is talking about having a new CEO at the moment. You don't know what the future holds. I wonder why your mother is being so optimistic. You both really have a similar personality.
Stop making fun of Mom and me.
Besides, you have things to do, don't you? Do you understand?
I know. Don't get upset. I'm sure that Mom's payment will be taken care of.
Are you sure? I don't have that kind of optimism anyway. I shouldn't have told you about this matter.
Julia, I'm so sorry for your loss. I didn't expect your father to pass away so suddenly.
Thank you. I also still can't believe that my father, who was so energetic, suddenly passed away. I feel nothing but sadness.
But your father finally passed away.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm sorry for you, but I finally got my chance.
I beg your pardon?
Now, my son can be the CEO. I'll finally become the mother of the CEO.
I don't understand what you're saying.
You know what I mean. I've been telling you for a while, remember? Samuel will be the next president.
Are you talking about that again? My father's funeral just ended, and what you're saying is inappropriate. I'm in no mood to talk about that very thing.
Because I made him marry you for this day.
What do you mean by that?
If it wasn't for the privilege, I wouldn't have let him marry someone like you.
That's terrible. How can you say that when my father just passed away?
I'm in a very good mood right now. No matter what you say, it won't resonate with me.
Nothing has been decided yet about the next CEO. My father didn't say anything about it either. I think the discussion with the board members will start now.
Do they need to talk about it?
Why are you asking that?
Because it's obvious that the husband of the only daughter will be the next CEO.
I don't think so.
Well, we're going to be busy from now on. I need to make some announcements to relatives, friends, and acquaintances. I also have to plan for the CEO inauguration party.
Dorothy, please listen carefully. The new CEO hasn't been decided yet, so please don't do anything selfish.
What? Are you trying to become the CEO?
I'm not going to be the CEO. I don't have the talent for that.
You're right. Then Samuel is the only one who can be the next president. If any of your employees complain about that, let them go.
We are a big company. There's no way such a selfish reason will be accepted.
When you got married, your father said he wanted my son to be the CEO of the company.
He said he would be happy if that happened, but he didn't say so definitively. Besides, he was still very much willing to work. There was no talk about becoming the next CEO.
But your father wanted Samuel to be the next CEO, didn't he? Then you should respect your father's will. If you ignore that and appoint someone else, your father would be disappointed.
You can't run a company with such a light heart. Besides, I don't think Samuel is capable of such a big role.
You don't believe in your own husband? Not only do you not trust him, you think he's a fool. That's crazy.
Anyway, nothing has been decided on that yet.
Who else is qualified? If Samuel got selected, we'll have to build a house.
Huh? Why do you think so?
A CEO needs a worthy mansion.
What are you talking about? In the first place, you're not Samuel's wife.
What are you saying? When my son becomes CEO, of course, I will move in with him.
Why?
I need to help him since he will be busy. I can't leave it to you because you're unreliable. I have to live with my son and take care of him.
I don't think that's necessary.
Anyway, I'll go right into a meeting about the mansion. I know someone in the housing business, so I'll ask him right away.
Wait, Dorothy, where do you have that kind of money? It's impossible to borrow money for a house on your pension, you know.
Are you stupid?
What do you mean?
If Samuel becomes CEO, we can afford that much, right? I can easily pay for it.
That's why I said that hasn't been decided yet. Please don't do anything really selfish.
Do you really care about the future of your father's company, Julia? You don't know what would happen if someone else were to become the CEO, do you?
Because the company doesn't belong to me. It's a matter for the company executives and employees to discuss and decide.
What are you talking so naively about? If you're so naive, your father's company will end up in a mess. I really need to take care of this matter after all. You're useless. You'll never get the job done. You need my help.
Dorothy, I had no idea why you're so confident about this matter.
I don't care what anyone says. Samuel is the next CEO. He won't go against me like you do. In fact, I'm going to control everything.
Are you telling me that you're taking over the company? There's no way you can do that.
How long are you going to keep goofing off? You're Samuel's wife, so you should cooperate with him. It's a wife's role to support her husband.
Support my husband, huh? Unfortunately, I can't do that.
You really are a terrible wife. You really hate it when my son takes your place as a CEO, don't you? You're such a jerk.
I'm not thinking like that at all.
Anyway, I'm going to be busy from now on. I have to prove myself that I'm a decent woman, so my son won't be ashamed of me. Meetings for the mansion and reservations for the inauguration party. I also have to go shopping for clothes and other things to wear. I'm so excited to think that my dream will finally come true.
Dorothy, please don't do anything selfish. You're the one who'll end up in huge trouble.
What did you say? I wasn't listening to you. Anyway, I'm going out. I got a call from Mom. I'm going to the office tomorrow as soon as I can. I hope you cleaned up the stuff your dad used.
Samuel, what are you talking about?
Huh? I'm going to be the CEO, so I thought I'd redecorate the office to my specifications.
Wait a minute. Who told you that you're the next CEO?
I told you it was Mom.
No one told her about that.
But I'm your husband, remember? When your father dies, I'm supposed to be his successor. So I just signed the contract for the mansion.
Huh? You're not the next CEO. No one said anything about that. The contract for the mansion? What are you going to do with the payment?
I can handle that much if I'm the CEO. Anyway, I sold the condo we lived in.
What? Why are you being so selfish?
Because we're building a mansion. So we don't need our condo.
I can't believe you were doing that while I was cleaning up my parents' house.
You looked busy, so I did it for you. I'm glad Mom helped me out. You should be thanking me and Mom.
What kind of people are you too? Don't do anything more selfish. You'll end up in big trouble. What are you going to do with the money to build the house?
I made a down payment with the money I got from the condo sale. The rest, you'll have to pay with the company's money.
Company's money? There's no way I can do that.
I'm going to be the CEO. I can do that.
Company money belongs to the company. If you use it without permission, it's embezzlement.
What are you talking about? The company's money is my money, so please pay the rest of the bills.
What the? You and your mother disgust me to no end. I'm telling you, you can't use company money no matter what.
That's fine.
What?
I'll be able to do whatever I want once I become the CEO. If you rebel against me, I'll ask you to leave too.
I can't talk about this anymore.
Hey, I finally became the CEO. I just signed the contract.
Really?
What the hell? You should be happy. Your husband's finally become the CEO.
Well,
What's with that attitude? I don't like it. I'm divorcing you.
divorce?
Since I'm the CEO now, I don't need you anymore.
Have you forgotten what you did?
Huh? I wonder what you're talking about. I'm the CEO now, so everything I've done up until now is written off. Maybe you were trying to become what I am now too, but too bad that you didn't make it. Now I'll do what I want. Anyway, you and I are divorced.
Okay then, I'll do as you wish.
Julia, did you hear from Samuel? I heard you agreed to divorce. I had no choice, so I took over your place as vice president. I've signed the contract as soon as possible too.
I see.
Now everything is going my way. I was afraid you'd throw a tantrum, but I'm surprised that you back down so easily. Me and my son will become rich from now on.
You both signed the contract, didn't you?
Of course we did. I signed it in a flash.
You both didn't read through the documents?
There's no way I would read something that complicated. The officer brought it to me, so there's no doubt about it. All we have to do is sign it and we're all set.
I'm the one who prepared those documents, remember?
What do you mean?
It was a resignation letter. As I'm sure you know, it was a form to resign from the company. You signed it, didn't you?
Huh?
Besides, your son is fired. This time, I asked him to sign the official document again.
What?
Your son has been embezzling company's money. Just like you, your son had a habit of spending money as if it were going out of fashion. He was caught pouring company money into fashion, food, drink, cars, etc. My father fired him. After that, he was earning income at home, doing a side job I introduced to him.
Embezzlement?
Yes, that's right. He was in the process of paying back with that little amount of money he earned from his side hustle. And yet, because of you, he misunderstood and made a big mistake. What are you going to do now that you're selling the condo and signing a new contract to build a mansion?
No kidding. I didn't hear anything about that.
This is what happened because you made the mistake of thinking that Samuel will become the next CEO of the company. You'll have to take full responsibility for this.
What do you mean by responsibility?
First of all, I'm going to ask you to pay back the cost of the condo you sold without permission.
That was the condo Samuel bought, right?
Are you kidding me? I bought that condo before we got married. Of course, the ownership is in my name. You guys sold my property without my permission.
No way. There's no way we can pay that kind of money.
But it's true that you sold it without permission.
What happens if I can't pay you?
I will make a formal claim for damages. I'm already a stranger to your son and to you, so I won't show any mercy.
Oh no. Then what about the application to build the mansion?
I don't care about that. You and your son did it on your own. Well, generally speaking, there will be a penalty fee.
Seriously? What should we do? Samuel was supposed to be the next CEO, so you should do something about it.
Don't be silly. I won't sacrifice a fine company that my father worked so hard to bring up to save you guys. That's absurd. Besides, I won't let both you and your son take over the company that my father and his employees raised to its current level.
Hey, are you sure Samuel isn't the CEO? Isn't there some kind of mistake?
How can that be? He just signed the resignation earlier. Samuel was originally fired, and the employees know it. How can they accept a person like him who was fired for embezzlement? He's not even qualified to be the CEO.
Gosh.
I'm too embarrassed to tell them that my husband embezzled the money from my father's company.
What are we supposed to do then?
For now, look for a job.
Huh?
If you don't work, you won't have any income, so you won't be able to repay the loan, right?
Even if I worked, there's no way I could pay such a large sum of money.
I'm still going to charge you for it.
Are you a demon?
How dare you say that to me? You didn't even grieve when my father died. Instead, with a big smile on your face, you made a big deal about your son being the next CEO. You are the demon, not me.
But we don't even have a house to live in.
So please find a job as soon as possible. If you don't start working and earning money as soon as possible, you're in trouble. If you and your son work hard, you might be able to see a bright future ahead. If you have time to text me, please start job hunting as soon as possible.
Wait a minute. It may be easy for Samuel, but there's no way I can find a job at my age.
You won't know that until you try. I think you can get any job you want if you're not being too picky. I mean, you have no other option because of the situation you're in.
Do I have to work too?
You'll have to discuss that with your son. You were the ones who are going to pay for what you did. Either you pay me for the condo, or you can choose not to pay, but I'll definitely sue both of you for not paying. You can choose whichever you like.
Oh no.
Also, your son will continue to pay back the amount of money he embezzled in the past. If both of you can't pay, please let me know so that I can file a lawsuit against you.
Lawsuit? Please don't do that. I feel sorry for Samuel.
Then we need to get him to pay the money somehow. I still think the only way is for the two of you to work hard together from day to night. Please consider about that. If possible, I recommend that you act quickly.
Julia, please. Be merciful to us for a moment.
I refuse. Please don't forget that you have insulted my father, his company, and me so much. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have no intention of speaking to you or your son ever again. If you ever contact me again, you will have to go through my lawyer.
Julia, wait. Please help us.
After that, Samuel and his mother tried desperately to find a job, but they couldn't. They were at their wits' end and went around to their relatives to ask for help. Somehow, they were able to get a job, but they still have to work day and night. Both of them seem to be working hard every day under the supervision of their relatives. On the other hand, an employee who had been the vice president of our company has temporarily assumed the position of CEO. He was my father's most trusted employee since the company's inception. It was unanimously agreed that he would be the best person for the job because he knows my father and the company best. I intend to continue to devote myself to the company with a view to becoming the CEO in the future.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!